Kurunji Senior Secondary School, CBSE, Namakkal.
Successful result producing school in state every year.
Administered by the Board of Directors with over 35 years of experience in the teaching field.
Special attention on art, craft, music, dance, silambam, yoga, skating and karate.
Focus on Hindi Sabha and Spell Bee Olympiad exams.
Smart class for effective and innovative learning and well-furnished library.
Solitary importance on sports and games in state and national level.
WhatsApp facilities to know activities of students and school inside the campus.
Free bus for LKG to 8th standard.
Free, hygienic and nutritious food.
NEET, JEE, IIT coaching experts from Rajasthan and Andhra Pradesh along with our effective teachers.
Admission registration for classes LKG to +2.
Kurunji Education Institution, Kavetipatti, Namakkal. Admission in progress. CBSE, KG to 12, contact 9025895176. Metric 6 to 12, contact 9344567484. For online admission, log on to www.kurunjischoolnkl.in.
Good morning students. In this video session, we have to know about Nematoda. Nematoda is one of the animal kingdom phylum. Before starting about these Nematoda, we have to recall the previous phylum's characteristics. Here some of the previous videos concepts, some of the basic criteria based on some of the basic criteria, the total animal kingdom of animals are categorized into the several phylums. Nematoda phylum munnadi Platyhelminthes we completed. Platyhelminthes body, totally organism body is a flat okay, dorso-ventrally suppressed. Then adikku munnadi Platyhelminthes munnadi what is the phylum? Ctenophora we completed. Ctenophora ki munnadi Coelenterata, another name of Coelenterata, Nematoda, Cnidaria. Then adikku munnadi Porifera. These are the several phylums already we completed in previous video sessions. Okay, their characteristics are different. That means each and every phylum characteristics are differ from the other phylum. So in this Nematoda phylum, we called as a roundworms. Because when you see in the section cutting of that Nematoda organisms, it is round in nature, and then when you cutted that Nematoda organisms, we seen in tube within tube structure. Tube within tube mean if you take any one tube, within that any small narrow size containing tube is, if you kept inside means it is appearance like this. So these Nematoda body section cutting time also it is appearance just like a tube within tube madri. Why these type of tube within tube characteristics or structure is seen? In the middle of the explanation I will say. Now Nematoda generally we called as a roundworms. That roundworms appearance like a tube within tube like appearance. Then what are their characteristics? What characteristics we want to study? We want to know. Here these Nematoda phylum organisms habitat where they are living, that want to see, and then body organization, then what type of symmetry they are exhibiting, and then what type of coelom they are expressing, and the body wall of the Nematoda, what type of body wall composing with what type of tissue, and then alimentary canal tells about the digestive system and excretion, and these and all nervous system, and then reproduction, like several activities, okay, several activities controlling systems, how they are expressing, how much level of development they are expressing in their body, okay, reproduction after development, fertilization and development, how, and then finally classification also we want to know. So come to one by one we will discuss. Here habitat, maximum number of Nematoda organisms are parasitic, I think so. Platyhelminthes organisms also we discussed as a parasitic. Parasitic means such a organisms depends upon the other organism, other living thing, either plant and animals, for the purpose of the food and shelter. That nature we call as a parasitic. But all organisms are not parasites. Some of free living animals also is there. That free living animals may be present in terrestrial places and then aquatic places also. Okay, parasitic and free living nature also they are expressing, they are exhibiting. That is regarding to the habitat. And then body organization, how much level of organization. First beginning video about animal kingdom, body level of organization means whether cells are present, body composing with cell only na, or cell number of multicellular nature, tissue present, tissue after organs are present or not, organs after organ systems are present or not, developed or not, that want to discuss. So here body organization, it is what type of body organization is there? Organ system level of organization. That means organism body is made up of number of organ systems. Number of organ systems. So the body organization, organ system level of organization, and then symmetry. What type of symmetry? Symmetry theriyum kada. When you cut that one organism body with one imaginary line, that organism will be formed to the two equal parts. Based on that here symmetry, what type of symmetry? Bilateral symmetry. Bilateral symmetry means the two equal parts are formed by the lateral sides. So that is a bilateral. We are also best example for bilateral symmetry. And then triploblastic. What is the meaning of triploblastic? Going in developmental stages. Any organism developmental stages time, it is composing with 3 germinal layers or 2 germinal layers. Here ecto, meso, endo. So if it is composing with 3 germinal layers, that is called triploblastic. Tri means 3. If it is 2 means diploblastic. Now come with here nematoda is a triploblastic. Now come to the another character, coelom. What type of coelom is there? Pseudocoelomate. Pseudocoelomate. Beginning video time we discussed. One more time I will recall here. One more time I will recall here. Pseudocoelomate what it is. We know here this is ectoderm and this is endoderm. In between of the ectoderm and endoderm, some of the tissue is filled. That filled tissue is called as a mesoglia. But sometimes what will happen, Sanna? Some portion of embryonic coelom, some portion of embryonic coelom not yet fully covered with mesoglia or mesenchyma. So the remaining these blastocele, it is present in adult organisms. Okay, still embryonic coelom present in adult organisms. Such a type of coelom is called as a pseudocoelom. Pseudo, these pseudo what indicates just false, the false appearance, but it is not a real coelom. Okay, why you can say that is a false? Here true coelom developed from the mesoderm. Remember it, Nana. The next phylum we will discuss about Annelida. Annelida time onwards we are using the true coelom because of on the next phylum onwards coelom is origin from the mesoderm. Okay, here coelom is not yet origin from the mesoderm, embryonic cavity only, still it is presence in the adult one. So that's why here coelom is we called as a pseudocoelom, false coelom. Okay, then coelom is completed, and then body wall. Just like body wall means remember our skin. Here nematoda organisms body wall is unsegmented. Nothing but segmentation is not yet there. Metamerism is not yet existing of this one. Idikku munnadi phylum Platyhelminthes. Platyhelminthes body having the pseudo segmentation, false segmentation. Externally segments are there, but internally not yet segmented. Correct only. So here unsegmented. and then the body is covered with one thin layer. That thin layer we call as a cuticle. What it is? A cuticle, just like our skin. These cuticle consisting with one major type of protein. That protein is a collagen fibers. What it is? Collagen fibers. Along with that, these body wall cuticle consisting with many more number of nucleus in the cells. That condition we call as a syncytial stage. Syncytial stage, not multi number of cells, multi nucleuses. Within the one single cell, basically we know only one single nucleus is exist. But syncytial stage time, more than one single nucleus, that is called syncytious. So here the body wall cells are consisting with in the which condition? Syncytial stage. Okay va? Then next one, alimentary canal. Alimentary canal is nothing but a digestive tract. These alimentary canal fully completed digestive system is there. Why here I wrote fully completed and mean a comparison between platyhelminthes and these nematoda animals. Platyhelminthes animals digestive tract is not yet fully completed. Whether you remember or not, it is a bifurcated intestine is there, anus is absent. Mouth is there, mouth leads to the pharynx, pharynx leads to the next part of so esophagus, esophagus leads to the large intestine, intestine having the two branches, some of the organisms of the platyhelminthes. But anal pore is absent in that platyhelminthes. But here mouth and ending with anal, so completely fully developed alimentary canal, digestive system we seen in these nematoda, complete digestive system. And very most important character of these nematoda, muscular pharynx. This is the important question in NEET. Okay, which phylum organisms are possessing muscular pharynx? Idhukku munnadi organisms not yet have these type of pharynx. Platyhelminthes only having that somewhat of developed, some little bit developed alimentary canal, that too not yet completed. Okay, now these completed digestive system possessing containing with muscular pharynx, that is regarding to the digestive system. Then excretory system. These excretory system wise here excretory glands are there. I mean excretory system function from our body onwards, nitrogenous waste material sending out from the body, out to body, that is excretory system. In these excretory functions of done by the some of the excretory glands are there. Along with excretory glands, rhinate glands. Remember rhinate glands, and then excretory ducts. By the excretory duct, rhinate gland and excretory glands, by these structures, nitrogenous waste material, something waste products eliminated from the body. That is regarding the excretion. Now come to the another system, that is a nervous system. Nervous system possessing with a nervous ring. Nerve ring is present, that too in the anterior part of the head position. Nerve ring, ganglia are having, and then nerves. These and all some of the different parts of the nervous system. And very most important thing, whether you remembered or not, platyhelminthes animals characteristics discussion time, I used one word, cephalization. Cephalization. In the anterior part, head part is somewhat of developed, I mean distinct head region we can see in the organism. Such a type of developmentation we call the cephalization. And then that cephalized head containing with the sensory organs. Here also nematoda organisms also having the some of the sensory organs. That sensory organs we call the amphids and phasmids. Amphidia and then phasmidia. Remember these two words, based on these two sensory organs only, these nematoda organisms we are classified into the two groups. Again I will repeat this one, amphids and plasmids. These are sensory organs, sensory functions. Chemoreceptors and thigmoreceptors. Chemo means chemicals. They are receiving the stimulations from the chemicals. Okay. Then now nervous system is completed, and then reproduction. Reproduction wise, here this is the unisexual. Up to now, up to before the phylum of the Platyhelminthes, these organisms are hermaphrodite. We discussed that one only. Hermaphrodite ante male and female reproductive organs are present in one single individual. But here not like that. This is a unisexual. That means one organism consisting with either male and female reproductive, either any one, not both, reproductive organs in one single. That unisexual character we also called as a dioecious. Dioecious means separated individuals are present for reproductive events. That male is different, female is different. And then sexual dimorphism is there. Sexual dimorphism means we can able to find out the organism by naked eye, which is the male one, which is the female one. That means female and male organisms are having the two different morphological characteristics. Okay, here one of the organism, Ascaris lumbricoides. That Ascaris lumbricoides organism, male organism like this. In the 9th standard, we are all studied this one. Female organism like spindle in shape. Both ends are pointed ends in female. Male organism, the tail is a curved tail, and along with this, in the male organism, in that curved tail, it having the very most important characteristic, that one copulatory spicules. Copulatory spicules. When the copulatory spicules, here copulatory spicules are present in the place of that curved tail. What is the use of this one mean? When the male organism is mated with the female organism, female genital pore present in this place, with the help of the copulatory spicules, it will transform the sperm cells into the male gametes into the female organism. Copulatory spicules function that one. Transformation of the sperm cell from the male to female genital pore, that is the copulatory spicules functions. So these are the, we can able to find out the male organism and female organism differentiation. That is a dimorphic nature, sexual dimorphic nature, that only seen in the human being also. Male is different and female is different. And then fertilization. Now only I discussed I said internal fertilization is there. When the male and female persons are meeting to each other, on the time with the help of the copulatory spicule, it is released the sperm cells inside of the female genital tract. Then internally fertilization happens. The male and female gametes are fusing in the inside of the female organism body. So that is internal. Then after fertilization, zygote will form. That zygote onwards developmentation time, those are developed into oviparous. Eggs are there laying, and then sometimes they are releasing the oviviviparous. Oviviviparous if they are laying the eggs, undeveloped eggs. Undeveloped eggs means directly egg inside yellow yolk, around the yellow yolk white yolk is there. After delivery of that eggs, that organism hatch, or it will take something time after, that will be developed into the adult one. Correct only na? But oviviviparous, viviparous means directly organisms are they are released. But here the word oviviviparous, they are lays the eggs only, but inside of the egg already somewhat of developed larva stage is there. Okay, in this oviparous time directly egg only will be released, but here not at directly egg. Inside of the egg already somewhat of developed larva stages containing egg will be released. Such a type of nature is called as a oviviviparous nature. Okay, then development That mean from the egg onwards any larva stages is there or not at there. If the without larva stages that is a direct development. If the indirect means larva stages are there. In this nematoda organism, some of the organisms may be direct, some of the organisms are indirect way they are developing. So indirect time they are possessing, they are having larva form. That larva name is a juvenile larva. We should be remembered, larvas are very most important because of from the beginning phylums onwards, each and every phylum organisms are having the one type of larva names. Idikku munnadi platyhelminthes, Muller larva, Cercaria, Metacercaria, Redia, okay, sister, sporocyst, like different type of. So these larva based questions maybe will come in the NEET level of questions, matching madri questions will become. So here this is a larval, and then larva's development time they are showing the molting process. Molting process anna removing of external exoskeleton by the time to time. Nothing but when you observe the snake also lost their skin by the seasonally, time to time. So the shed outing of the external skin from the body, that process we call as a molting, or else scientifically it is called ecdysis. Okay, molting process. Okay, Nana. And then very unique character of these nematoda I mentioned here. Note utility. Here these character then when the embryonic developmentation time, how many cells are that embryonic developed organism is consisting, that is the last cell divisions. When that last molting after, organism is released or matured, the matured organism does not show anything cell division in their body. Up to last embryonic molting wise, how many cell divisions, how many cells are they are consisting, that many number of cells only, the lifelong it is containing with the lifelong, that many number. After developed or after matured organism in the nematoda organism's body does not show any cell division. See here, cell division stopped at the end of the embryonic stages. Okay, at the end of the embryonic development. Then by the lack of that embryonic cell division, the adult one maintain the fixed number of cells. That how many number of cells we can't count it, but by the scientists they are find out it is a mention the fixed number. Sir, now year by year or time by time that organism size will increase. Now without cell division, organism size how it will increases? Organism cells does not multiply. The already existed cells size will increase. Number will not increase. Cell number will not increase. Organism cell size will increase. That organism cell size increasing manner, that nature we called as a hypertrophy. Cell size increase aina, that is a hypertrophy. Okay, then this is about some of the characteristics of the nematoda. Okay, then now we are going with the nematoda classification. In the nematoda classification, all the nematoda organisms are classified into the two categories, two groups or two classes. What are that class? One is Aphasmidia and Phasmidia. I think so somewhere we heard it. On the nervous system time, I said they are having the sensory organs of phasmids and amphids. Correct only na? Amphids and phasmids. Amphids are present in anterior part and phasmids are present in posterior part. Now here Aphasmidia. See, if I cover the A means Phasmidia. A means without. Phasmids are not at there. That mean which one is there? Amphids are there. Anterior part amphids are there, but phasmids are not at there. Only amphids there na, that nematoda organisms under keeping the aphasmidia. Without phasmid, nematoda organisms are called as a aphasmidia group, which are containing the both amphids and phasmids that under keeping into the phasmidia. Both amphids and phasmids are present in this phasmidia group. Okay, and then what is the use of these phasmidia and amphidia? Amphids and plasmids, sensory organs, sensory. They are take out the chemoreceptor stimulations and some time of vibrations also. Okay, and then here the examples of these nematoda organisms. These nematoda organisms we called, examples Ascaris. Ascaris, the common name roundworm. Next Ankylostoma. Ankylostoma, common name hookworm. And then Enterobis, it is a pinworm. And then Wuchereria. 9th standard you studied Ascaris and Wuchereria. These Wuchereria is causes the one of the problem to human beings, elephantiasis or Wuchereriasis or filariasis. So that's why we given the name is a filariasis. Okay, and then the conclusion I said one of the word that nematoda phylum. Nematoda phylum. Okay, that nematoda phylum also called as sometimes Aschelminthes. Aschelminthes. Okay, Aschelminth means parasites. Already I said na, helminth means parasite. That Aschelminthes, it is another name. Okay, and then I forgot to explain one thing, one word that one here. When the beginning time I said na, why these nematoda organisms are we call it a tube within tube organisms anna. Here see, digestive system, alimentary canal is there na. Alimentary canal is fully developed, completely developed. So this is the outer skin. It is the outer skin, cuticle. Internally this is the alimentary canal. So that appearance like by presence of the alimentary canal inside of that body, it seems like a tube within tube. So that's why here nematoda organisms structure appearance the tube within tube madri. This is about nematoda phylum. Always should be remember the all the characteristics in the comparison wise, previous phylums and present phylum. What is the developmentation we see, differentiation, like that when you remembered na, you can able to easily remember.